So while I'm on the DL with a screwed up shoulder, I thought I'd mess around with an idea for a cutting board. These are some of the boards I've done. I'm trying to do something simple. I don't want to get too in depth because I'm shot. Messing around with this idea, instead of all these pieces, how can I reduce a basket weave down to its basic pattern? I thought this probably would do it. So if I made a sausage like that, I could just slice those into 1.25 1.5 pieces and glue those together in one big glue up instead of all these dinky pieces. Anyway, I talked myself into doing this. And I don't recommend it. So I'm using scrap lumber on this project because I don't have a whole lot of confidence in this concept. It has some serious drawback. That's going to be the pattern that we'll repeat over and over. And everything has to be cut very, very precise to make this work. So we'll see if I did a precise job. Okay, this is just a mock-up, and I can see a few little flaws, but I don't think that these are insurmountable. Once I get this glued up, I can take a little bit of the edge out of this, probably run it through the planer. So I think what I'll do, instead of gluing this all up at once, which would be a nightmare, I think I'll glue up some components. Like I can glue this and this, maybe this with that. I could do that. It's just laying that flat, sticking these on top. So I'll glue up these 4 pieces separately and then put them together. Okay, see if we can get something done here. Geez. Whoa, look out. All right, that can sit until morning. Then we'll see what we got. All right, I'm gonna take off these clamps. I think I got the pattern wrong. I think those go on the, let's see. Throw some stuff around like that. That feels better when you throw it. Now take this, spread out this pattern on there. I believe that's how that pattern goes together. Before I glue it up, here, I'll check with that. Yep. All right, there's one all glued up and pretty. I think I'll wait on the other, use these clamps over again. Beautiful morning this morning. A little chilly, a little chill in the air, but sun's starting to come out and warm everything up. Looks inviting, doesn't it? Let's go see how my project's doing here. All right, I pulled those all apart. I got to do some cleanup on these. This goes like this. This goes like this. That's the sausage. Once I clean it all up and glue up these last few pieces. And there's the pattern. Oh, let's clean it up. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. This is not good right here. Dang it. This one piece somehow think when I went through the joiner, I went too much on this side and it kept taking it off instead of even and out. Ooh, that's pretty. Now that works very nice. I don't see any way around it. That is a screw up. And it happens. I screwed up. I'll have to save that for another piece. Look at this. It's got a big void spot in there anyway. Measure twice and cut it 6 or 8 times. Once in a while you screw up. With me, it's most of the time. Every once in a while I get it right. Okay, sod those up. And that's much better. I got a little room to play with here. Perfect. We'll see if it's worth all of this effort. It'd be really bad if right now I realized I did the pattern wrong. I didn't, I don't think, save this shirt before my wife kills me. All right, let's take it apart and see what we got. Okay, we got 2 sides that are nice and flat, but that doesn't mean that it's square. So I can't just roll it up over here and expect it to be square and run it through there, you know. So I've got to make sure one of these sides is square with this, and I'll probably have to do that with my hand plane. So to make this square with this side, we've got to look at this, and it says this side's got to go down a little bit. Let's see, this side should say the same thing. Put her down there. Yep, it says the same thing. That's got to go down a little bit. Mostly in the middle of that. See, it's a disaster, total disaster. So what do I do with this mess now? It's never going to be a good basket weave. Maybe I'll just screw around with the different patterns. Possible. Almost needs another row. That'd be a big board. Well, that could be an interesting board. Maybe I will add another row just to match this pattern here. I think that's the only way to save it. We need to put this one to bed. Get this one off my workbench. It has been a pain in the neck. Glad that I'm going to get it with that. Oh, that's got to break up the sander. Well, now that I've got it planed down flat, started to sand this a little bit, you can see this is hideous. It's just not good. There's no saving this thing. I don't know. Now it is a rescue operation. I'm toying around with ideas that these squares aren't square and they're ugly as sin, just the way they came out. I'm thinking about drilling them out and putting a full piece in there. Cut that out square. Oh gosh, I don't know. This is horrible. It's horrible. Nothing lines up. I don't even want to stick this up on a shop wall and throw darts at it. Okay, so here's the stuff I can't live with. I can't live with that. Oh, jeez. So I'm thinking of routing that out a little bit and just putting some pieces on top of it. Same thing here. Same thing. Okay, you get the idea. I'll keep whittling on that. Get it nice and flat. Make sure these edges are really straight. And then work on those and that. This is what I'm doing, so you get the idea. I'm gonna piece these all together. I gotta cut them kind of into wedges so that when you pound them in, they fit real snug and tight. Okay, all my plugs are cut. Well, there's the rough draft of it. Okay, sand this up a little bit, and it's got a couple of pretty deep gouges in it. That one especially right there, that's 3/16. And I don't want to take all that off of that board. So I think I'll run it through the router jig one more time. Well, this is what you get for buying crap. Look at that, snap that right off. Snap that one right off too. Yeah, this is what you get when you buy Chinese stuff. That'll teach you, Lloyd. Now there's an American bought blade, probably made in China. We'll see how it does. So everything that could go wrong has gone wrong on this build. Dang. So we'll cut that square and match a piece to it. This has been a long time coming. So the question is, would I do this again? This thing has to be perfect. And you're looking at that, first glance it looks good, but that's smaller than the rest of them. There's a screwy angle going on in here. This, is not parallel with the square. And it's enough to really screw up that pattern. And then when you get to the other side of this, which is the main culprit, got this big void in here that just screwed up everything. And so each slice is just a little bit different. It goes from the back side to this front side, and each one's just a little different. It's just enough to screw up that pattern royal. So it's got to be perfect. And then, with this pattern, even if you get it perfect, this piece has to line up with that piece perfectly. But if you're able to do it, you still have a joint right there that's going to show. It's going to show something. And you've got the same thing going on here. This has to line up perfectly with that. And even if you accomplish that, you're going to have a joint there that's going to show. So, I don't know. So, would I do it again? No. No. You can do it. Have at it. I challenge you. I'm not that good. I wouldn't do it again. A lot of work and I got nowhere. 6 months I screwed around. Of course, my shoulder's all jacked up, so I only messed around with it here and there. And but it was fun. I enjoyed the challenge. I enjoyed giving it a try, trying something new. I think I'll stick with the old way of making basket weaves. Anyway, you do it. Have fun. Go for it. That's my challenge. It's not much of a challenge. Anybody can do it better than that. Have at it.